Hello, welcome to Section 6, the Environment and Globalization, or the Environment and International Business. There are many questions about the effects of international business on the environment. And the reason these questions are being raised is because of the increase in international business. International business has always been important, but we must now think of it in the same way we think of the environment. We can see that the environment is an international concern. It's not just an interest, it's a concern and should be a concern of the entire globe. We need to protect our oceans and the atmosphere from pollution. This is the heritage of our world. These are things that were given to us and we need to protect them. It's a common heritage that we have. And international business crosses borders, and therefore there can be no borders when it comes to the environment. The world must think of the environment. International business does not always respect boundaries and environmental problems. There might be a company that produces products that simply depletes the natural resources of an area. No longer can we continue to allow that to happen. Human beings must have the ability to think and act now on a global scale. This is not just a segmented problem, and it's not only particular to one area. This is a global problem. There are government imposed restrictions that have been removed concerning internationalization or globalization because countries want to make money. They want to bring more money within their borders, so they loosen the restrictions, and this could cause a problem. Ideas are being spread all across the earth, and people are experiencing more things, and the world is tending to become more harmonic. This is good, but the environmental concerns should also be spread as quickly as the globalization. Some say that this modernization is destroying cultures. It's not really destroying cultures, it's changing cultures. We no longer have territories per se because international business has changed this. Now, globalization and the environment have a complex set of dynamics, and they offer an opportunity for the human being to do better. International business can change the human condition, but there are always threats, and if we're not careful, those threats can also be the detriment of the globe. As more opportunities open up, more people become involved in the process of knowledge integration, and they have more connections with the market. Flows of information, ideology, culture, and technology are ever increasing. Now, the new technologies can solve old problems, but by the same token, they can create new problems. Information can connect workers, people, citizens across the globe, but they can also threaten social networks at a local level. Environmentalism must become a global thought. It has to be a thought of the masses. Now, international business places stress on certain patterns of global governments by shrinking time and space. Everyone becomes closer and closer together. Now, some of these institutions are struggling as they try to maintain some kind of rules and regulations by which to abide in this global challenge. But there's still constraints by design. The very nature of some business puts constraints. As we look at the environment has life-sustaining systems, and those who conduct commerce must be concerned about these life-sustaining systems. There is an intertwining of globalization and the human situation. Now, globalization affects the environment. The volume of economic activities and consumer consumption needs are increasing, and this causes the spread of globalization. Increased income means increased consumption. The methods used to create new technologies should become cleaner. There is a reality. The reality is there are limited resources. There is just so much coal. There are just so much oil. There are just so many trees in the rainforest. And even though globalization stresses on the environment can create some good things, they can always create bad things. We need to use new ways to consume limited resources, and we need to discover new methods of gleaning these resources from the environment. You, as an international business professional, will be faced with these ideas, and how you conduct yourself in the process will determine the fate of mankind. It can be in your hands. Environmentalism must be as important as global business. International business cannot overshadow environmentalism, and neither can environmentalism overshadow international business. Thank you very much.